So this is Freya here, and I decided that I was going to do a sort of reaction type thing to City of Heavenly Fire. I was going to do it for every chapter, but then I decided that would get really annoying, and sometimes, you're just reading and you just want to carry on, and you don't want to just get the camera out, and it'd be a really long video, and a lot of the time I wouldn't have that much to say, so I thought I'd do it every like 5 or so chapters, or just when I feel like stopping. So I've read 5 chapters and the prologue so far, that much. First of all, can we just talk about how big this is? I mean, the font's bigger than on the normal paperbacks. This is the perfect paperback. And I'm so glad I pre-ordered it, because a lot of people were denied their book because they hadn't pre-ordered it and they didn't have enough copies. So I'm really glad that I pre-ordered it. So anyway, I've read 5 chapters and I'm going to talk about those chapters. So first off, I would like to discuss the Los Angeles Institute, the Blackthorns and Emma Carstairs. I do really like Emma, she seems really nice and she means well. I like Julian, he reminds me a tiny bit of Jem. He just seems so lovely, and I hope that he's the love interest in TDA. That is, if he makes it all the way through this here book. Ty, the little twin brother, they were going on about how he looks a bit different to his brothers and sisters because he has black hair, grey eyes. I mean, my instant thought was, that sounds like Tessa and Will. Don't know really how that would work, especially because he's a twin, and yeah, in Victorian times, nowadays times, it's complicated, but you never know. No. Secret Herondale, Secret Herondale, Secret Herondale. Oh my god, what if Ty's the Secret Herondale? Oh god, that just occurred to me. Oh my god. So there's also the thing with a new character. Well, not a new character, she was introduced in City of Fallen Angels. That's Katerina, or Katrina, the blue-skinned warlock, a friend of Magnus Bane. See, I didn't think she was going to be like any particular major-y, character-y, but she seems like she is going to be, and I really like her. Because when she was opening the portal, I just assumed that was just a device to show, Magnus not being their pet warlock anymore. But it turns out she does seem to have a role to play. It's really interesting to see someone besides Camille who's known Magnus for so long and knows like a bit more about him than he lets on to most people. She knows who his father is, and one of the only other people who knew was Ragnar, and of course he died in City of Glass. So yeah, she's really interesting, and I hope we get to see more of her maybe in the future series. Hopefully more in this book. And there was a whole thing with the attack and Simon. Simon was taken to the Hotel de Mort. I was surprised that Lily was one of the ones to take him. Because, he was going on about how they were probably trying to control Maureen with people like Lily, but you never know. And I was thinking possibly Lily and maybe Raphael might be the ones to free Simon if he gets freed. I'm absolutely terrified for Simon right now because he is my favourite character. You don't understand how scared I am. I love him. And they dressed him up like all old-fashioned. I'm like, Maureen, you're so weird. And then they put eyeliner on him. And I just gasped, and I was like, Caitlin, they put eyeliner on Simon. And we were just like crying for a minute. I was like, oh my god, that's amazing. Because I've got a thing about men in eyeliner. And then there was Jordan. Sorry, that was my mum shouting at the cat. And then there was Jordan. He died. Because Cassandra Clare had said that one mainish character was going to die really near the beginning. I thought it was going to be Maya. As soon as she said that, I was like, I think it's going to be Maya. It was Jordan. I wasn't too distraught. I wasn't particularly, invested in his character, but it was a huge shock. So yeah, we'll see if that leads to anything interesting. It sounds like, I mean, oh my god, and when he died I was like, oh, it's 1 down, 5 to go. But then again, does Priata Scott count as one of the deaths? Does he? Oh, that'd be great. Okay, so bye-bye. So, I said I was going to do a little chapter discussion about every 5 chapters. I have read another 2, but I really wanted to discuss more because some pretty exciting things happen, and I wanted to share my sort of theories before it was all explained. So first of all, we had the attack on the London Institute, and now they said there were survivors because the London Institute had some kind of protection that was unknown to the rest of the institutes. So I was wondering if it had something to do with something that happened in the infernal devices, and I did have the idea that maybe it was Jessamine, her ghost, protecting the institute. I'm not sure because I haven't read the infernal devices in a while, so I'm not sure if that's possible, but it could be, and I think that would be really nice if it was something to do with Jessamine. Or maybe something that like Tessa put up there or something. And there was a lot of Jace, because I felt there wasn't like much Jace-ishness in the first 5 chapters. We got a lot more Jace, and I really like him in this book. I think he's changed a bit since City of Lost Souls, obviously. He's human again. No, but him and Clary are just so nice together, and it was just lovely. And then he sort of accepted the fact that Clary's just so reckless and she's a shadow hunter now, and that she's gonna come with him when he goes to battle. So they like ran into the portal together, and that was so cool, and they came in like holding hands. I was like, it's adorable. And then the thing with the heavenly fire, and then Sebastian stabs Jace, and then Olga's like and then the heavenly fire, and like Gem sort of consumes it. Is this like what the theory we all had, where the heavenly fire is going to be transferred from Jace to Gem so he could be human again? I hope it is, because I really want to be Gem. I really want Gem to be human again so Izzy can have her since when did Brother Zechariah get hotline. That's going to be hilarious. Yeah, and that the chasm, or was it a chasm? A chasm that opened up and they all went into it. Is that like their portal to their like underworld or something? Because they're all jumping into it. Because at first when Amatis, is it Amatis, jumped into it, I thought she was killing herself because, you know, she said send love to my brother and stuff, and I thought she had like a moment of humanness and she like couldn't bear to be this evil shadow hunter anymore, and then they all started jumping in after her. I'm like, oh no, I think that's just their way to get back to HQ. Yeah, that was some exciting 2 chapters. I hope my theory about Gem and Jace is right, so we can have Gem back. Oh god. Okay. So, because I am really stupid, I just managed to delete my chapters 8 and 9 section of the video. I did just rewatch it, so I'm going to try and remember what it said. So Raphael saved Simon, and I was really happy about that because everyone's like, oh no, Simon's going to be killed by Raphael, and I didn't think that because everyone views Raphael as a villain, but I didn't. So like I was really happy about that, but obviously I still don't trust him. You can't trust anyone in a Cassandra Clare book. We know that from some experiences with Hodge and Hugo. Hugo was my favourite character before he betrayed them all. Gem is Gem again. He was so happy, and he was talking with Jace, and it was like Gem and Will talking again, but Gem's got even more like philosophical and old-fashioned, which I guess makes sense because he is like 130 40 years old. But you know, Simon got high on blood, and told Izzy he loved her, and Aline was like, no, it was Helen, was like, tell him you love him back, he's scaring the rest of the streets. That was fun. Sebastian has come in to Clary's room with a sword. I was like, is he gonna kill her? Whoa. And Raphael is jealous of Simon. Yeah, so wow, that's interesting. I really want to see where that goes. Yeah. So I thought you'd like to know that I have officially completed Act 1 of City of Heavenly Fire. I'm reading slower than usual. Yeah, Act 1 is done, and let's discuss. So, first of all, Maya is pack leader, although she killed Rufus. Does Rufus count as one of the deaths? He was mentioned in City of Lost Souls. I don't know. There's also the question of, does Priata Scott count as one of the deaths? We know definitely Jordan does. Possibly Priata Scott. Possibly Rufus. I doubt Rufus counts. And I'm sort of half, does Priata Scott count? So Maya's pack leader. Don't really know where that's gonna go, because she's pretty loyal to Luke. Will she just hand the pack status back to Luke? How's Luke gonna feel about it? Because obviously he's not gonna challenge Maya because Maya's a friend, and obviously he wouldn't kill someone so young. I doubt he would kill someone so young. Luke's a nice guy. So I don't really know how Luke's gonna feel about this, and I don't think Maya really wants the position, so maybe she's gonna hand it over. I don't know. But and Maya gonna be a thing? Personally, I think it's a tad bit too soon after Jordan, but then again, she didn't love him apparently, which is sad. Jordan died, not knowing the truth. But then again, if she told him the truth, he would have died sad. So Emma told the team good about the Edom thing and about how it's really a place. And she climbed through the window. She went across the rooftops and climbed through the window. She is so like Jace. She's a bit like Clary too, because originally I said she was like Harry. She is so like Jace. And they were going up, and Izzy also noticed that she was like Jace. Oh, and you can tell Jace really likes her as well as Clary. And then when he like kneeled down to talk to her, and she was saying how apparently the Carstairs owe the Herondales. Does that have anything to do with Jem and Will? I hope it does. Can't really see how that would work, but I hope that has everything to do with Jem and Will. But no, of course, the Herondales owe the Carstairs apparently. Meliorn can lie, because I was starting to wonder just before that like whole thing, he's only half fairy, was revealed, if, you know, there's the Fae have been keeping it a secret for years that actually they can lie and they're just manipulative rude words. I can't say that because I think people are around. And Jem talked to Jaya about Tessa and how she's one of those people in that group of warlocks, and I'm just like, oh my god, Jem, just go see her and stop calling yourself Zachariah. I'm like, no, you are ready to take on your human name again. You are Jem, deal with it. I'm literally crying right now. But I was about to say that Meliorn is dead now. Wow, he definitely counts as one of the 6 deaths. Yeah, Meliorn's dead. So we either have, if you count Rufus and Priata, we only have 2 more deaths to go, but if you don't count Rufus, then we have 3 more deaths to go, and if you don't count Priata Scott, we have 4 more deaths to go. So, who knows? off to hell we go, apparently. They're off to Edom. It's sort of half wish they'd brought Emma with them. I know that was never going to happen. She's like an innocent 12-year-old. Even so, I'm glad Simon's going with them though. And the Sealy Queen is so like Griphook, because when she was saying how, yeah, she'd promised that she wouldn't say anything about them coming to the court, she never said she'd say all about them leaving the court. And it's like, that is so like when Griphook said he'd get them into Gringotts, but you wouldn't get them out of Gringotts. And like, I guess the Fae could be compared to goblins from Harry Potter, because there's the whole thing about how you shouldn't be making deals with goblins, and you also shouldn't be making deals with fairies. So yeah, I guess you could compare them, and I hope the Sealy Queen dies. Although, I don't know, Sebastian, I do have a soft spot for Sebastian, because, well, he was so charming in City of Glass and in City of Lost Souls. Then he had those random like rages, and then he was no longer charming. Okay, so that is part 1 of City of Heavenly Fire completed. Goodbye.